If you have been thinking about starting a business in 3D printing or expanding your existing 3D printing business, there's never been a better time than now. Hello and welcome to 3D Print to Profit, where we talk about all things related to starting or expanding a 3D printing business to make it profitable. My name's Justin, and Bambu Lab has started their Black Friday sales, and so I want to show you what they're offering right now, talk about the printers, and talk about the printers that I use in my 3D printing business. So let's get started. Now, I want to point out that if you look at the Bambu Lab website right now, if you just type in bambulab.com, you can see the normal stuff, and I see nothing about Black Friday sales on here. So you either have to be signed up to their newsletter and get it that way, get to it that way, or take a look in the description below. We'll have links to the Black Friday sales. Here is the Black Friday sales. So right now it's up to, as they say, 47% off site-wide. And it's going on. It started October 28th and goes through December 5th. Okay, so it's already going, which is great, and the prices on here are fantastic. And so I'm going to give you my recommendation as to which printer to buy if you are just getting started, and talk about the printers that I have, and we can just kind of look through everything that is on sale right now. So, of course, first we've got 3D printers. So let's start there. So if you are just getting started and looking for, you're maybe not sure what printer to buy, I do recommend Bambu Lab. This is not a sponsored video or anything, but I recommend Bambu Lab. That's what I use. The main reason is just because it's hassle-free, right? There's not a lot of maintenance that goes into it. There is, of course, some, but for the most part, they are just very dependable, very easy to use printers. If I had to give an overall recommendation for the single best printer to get started with, it would probably be the A1. And there's a couple reasons why. Right now, the price is fantastic. As you can see here, it's $279 for the basic A1 printer. Now, this by itself is going to get you a single color at a time unless you're doing manual color changes. They also have the A1 combo, which I do have, and I'll show you that later. But the A1 combo comes with the printer and the AMS Lite, which allows up to 4 different spools at the same time. You can do a lot with that. You can do multicolor prints with these. So, either one of these as a starting point would be fantastic. The A1 Mini is also an option. If the $279 is above your budget, right, then you can get into the A1 Mini for $199. It's a great price. It's still a great printer, but the reason I recommend the A1 is because the A1 has the same print bed, the 256 by 256 millimeter print bed that's used on the P1 series, on the X1 series. And so, build plates that you get could be interchanged there. And if you design bigger products that take up more of that print volume, that go beyond what's possible with the A1 Mini, then you're already set for, in the future when you want to expand, maybe get a P1S printer or something like that. So, that's why I would say, unless, and really the $80 price difference here, unless you're just very price limited, you could absolutely consider the A1 Mini. But otherwise, I would recommend starting with the A1 or the A1 combo. And that was the first printer that I used for production parts that I've sold. Now, I do also have the P1S with the AMS2 combo, and that is another fantastic printer. Obviously, it's more expensive, so you're going from printer alone from $279 to $399, and for the combo going from $379 to $619. But you do get some great advantages for that extra cost. The main differences here: one, it has a full enclosure on the P1S, unlike the A1. Now, I'll show you my A1 and the way I have it set up. I actually have it in an enclosure. However, it is not the same as the P1S, which the P1S would be better for if you're printing maybe some of the more exotic filaments like ASA and those more engineering type filaments. But if you're sticking to PLA, which is probably what most 3D printer products are made of, or even PETG, either printer will do great. Now the P1S though has a couple other advantages. So in addition to the enclosure, I like the fact that one, it shakes less. And the reason for this is because on the A1, the whole print bed moves back and forth, right? So that's a lot of mass that's moving kind of quickly. It does matter if, where you're placing the printer is maybe not the most solid surface. If you're putting it on a desk or on a smaller table or something like that, just be aware of that, right? Because it's going to shake more so than the P1S. On the P1S, the print bed only moves up and down, and it's the print head that moves in two axes. There's still some vibration, but it's much less than on the A1. So that's another advantage. And finally, the main thing that I really like is that it takes up less footprint on a desktop, right, or on your table. The cost is a bit more, but there are several advantages that you get with that. The other thing that I really like is if you do get the AMS2, is that it has built-in heating. So you can heat 4 spools at a time, and that makes it nice when you have a multicolor print that you're getting ready. I almost always dry my filament before doing any prints that I'm selling. It just helps with the print, quality, and avoiding some of the stringing, some of the issues that you have when there is moisture, in the filament. So as far as printer goes, again, my overall recommendation, if you're just getting started and budget is a concern for you, is the A1 or the A1 combo. You can't go wrong with that. If you do have a higher budget and the space that it takes up, maybe you're space constrained, then the P1S or the P1S combo is a fantastic printer. I've got both of them downstairs. They're both printing products for me every day. So that's what they have on printers. But as you can see, there's also filament, accessories, and other things on sale. So let's look at the filament. So you've got the basic PLA, PLA matte, Silk Plus, PETG, PETG translucent, ABS. So starting at $19.99, but you can save additionally if you go 4, 6, 10, 14, or 18 rolls, up to 45%, right? So the more you do get a discount, the more you buy in bulk. So almost, you can get to about half the cost, from about $20 a roll to about $11 a roll, depending on how many that you buy. So that's something to think about. Right here it says add 4 or more to unlock a 25% discount. So I use exclusively Bambu filament for my prints. There's a couple reasons for that. One, I think, in general, that obviously the Bambu filament is optimized for Bambu printers. It's tested on them, right? It also has the RFID tag in the spool. And so when you load it onto the AMS or AMS Lite, it actually reads that RFID tag and lets you, and it automatically detects the color and the type of filament. So I like those features. And really, again, I've had very good luck with, the quality of Bambu filaments. It's not to say there's not other good filament brands out there, but when you're getting these kinds of deals, it's hard to make the case that if I switch to some other brand that's maybe slightly cheaper, normally that it's worth that. I have had issues with other brands that I've had, having more stringing and things like that. And I'm not seeing those issues with the Bambu filaments. That's just my personal experience. So, but they have great deals on filaments right now. And again, if you're just getting started, you can start simply with PLA Basic or PLA Matte. And when you look at those, you've got lots of color choices. So you can really have a good variety of colors. They're compatible with the AMS and the AMS Lite. You can get them either with a spool or a refill that comes without the spool. So all of the spools that you do get from Bambu can be reused. You can take them apart and put a refill on them. And the price is slightly different. You can even buy the reusable spools as well. So lots of options. Let's go back though to the Black Friday sales. You'll see also they have, accessories here as part of the sale. So, 20% off of nozzles. You've got build plates here, 30, 40% off, 50% off, depending on the build plate that you're going for. You've got Hotends. So these are, parts that are interchangeable on the printers. So, it's good to have some of these on hand in the event that you have a problem and you need to replace the hot end. You can see there's a difference depending upon the series that we're talking about. But, the A1 series as low as, $11 there. The P1, $16. So these accessories and these parts are not bad. And especially on the A1, very easy to replace that hot end. Upgrade parts, they have additional parts here. A lot of this looks like is for the H2D, but there is the P1P enclosure kit. So to kind of upgrade your P1P to more of the P1S as far as the enclosure part of it. So, it can be maybe overwhelming in terms of someone who's new to 3D printing to jump on the site and see all these different options for parts and supplies and accessories and, where do you even get started, right? I can tell you from my experience, when I started making products that I was selling, I started with the A1 combo and just what came in the box, right? And then I ordered a few different colors of basic PLA filament. It wasn't long after that I ordered additional colors. I ordered some matte. Since then, I've expanded into some of the Silk Plus, some of the even the wood type filament, and a lot of the different options, just to give me more options for the products that I sell. Again, it's a fantastic time to get started if you haven't yet, if you've been thinking about it. From now until December 5th, they have very good deals. The P1S in particular is a very good deal right now. That is a great printer. So it's a great time to either start your 3D printing business or to expand it. It's a low barrier to entry. You can start, even if you don't get the combo right away, if you're not planning on doing multicolor prints, there are tons of products that you can make and sell in single colors without having to do, manual color changes. $279, $208, getting a couple different colors is really all you need to get started. So for $300, you could literally make your first product and put it on a site like Etsy and start making sales. And let me show you what the two printers that I have that are on sale right now, the way that I have mine set up. All right, so behind me is the A1 printer here. And so here it is in its enclosure, which we have because I had noticed that with some larger prints that take up the whole bed, I was seeing some variation in the quality across the prints or across the parts if I'm doing multiple parts. And in the basement here where I have this, especially in the summer months when the air conditioner would kick on, I think that variance in temperature would cause that. And so After getting the enclosure for this, I haven't noticed that problem. But again, it depends on your own situation, whether that's right for you. If you're in a much hotter environment, you might not want to trap as much heat. So it really depends on your particular situation, but this worked really well for us. And it's got a zipper front on both sides here that you can zip up. It also has tracking for temperature and humidity as well. So that's the A1, and then we've got the AMS light here next to it. That's worked very well for us. We do a lot of multicolor prints, and so that is the A1. And here is the P1S, and you'll have to pardon the mess here. You can see when looking down on this, I've got it backed up against the A1 here, and I can fit two P1s in the same space as the single A1 printer. That's one thing I really like about the P1S. Got the AMS2 here on top. It's just very compact and a really good workhorse printer. So that's what I really wanted to show you guys today. Again, there's some great sales going on right now where you can get some excellent deals on printers. Remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more of these types of videos where we talk about all things related to growing and starting your own 3D printing business.